Get ready to enter the Thrivetime Show.
We started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom, now we here.
We started from the bottom, now we're on the top. Teaching you the systems to get what we got. Colton Dixon's on the hooks, I break down the books. Z's bringing some wisdom and the good looks. As the father of five, that's why I'm a dive. So if you see my wife and kids, please tell them hi. It's the CNC up on your radio. And now 3, 2, 1, here we go!
We started from the bottom, now we here.
Thanks for joining us here today.
Oh man, I'm excited. I'm pumped.
We are talking about trade shows and the 4 steps to build and launch an effective trade show marketing plan. We've had a lot of mailbag questions, Ask the Mentor questions from Thrivers all around the country. And this one I'm pretty excited about because I think you're going to knock it out of the park.
I just want you to know I've personally worked at hundreds of trade shows, and I actually started one and sold it. So I'm telling you, this is the deal. If you've already been to 200 trade shows and have had massive success, you don't need to watch this.
Okay.
But if you've ever gone and you're going, for some reason I can't sell anything, for some reason I'm just not moving the needle, or maybe you've never gone to a trade show and you're wondering, what do I need to do to launch one? This is for you. You're going to love it. This is such a good training. I might write on the smart board with a Sharpie. That's how good it is.
It could be.
Yeah, permanent. I'm going to write that on the tablet.
So, prime example of learning from mentors or mistakes. You can either learn from a mentor or about 100 trade shows worth of mistakes.
Yeah, you screw up at 100 trade shows in a row, you don't need this training.
Okay. Well, the mailbag question goes as this. How do I get the most out of trade shows? For me, as a beer guy, it's a little different from most people, but it'd be good to have a step-by-step of what you should bring, like the booth setup-wise, informational, giveaway, and any useful strategies for trade shows. How to get good booth location and or how to make use of a bad booth location at a show. So we're going to start getting into this. This is from a Thriver out in Kansas, okay, out in about Wichita, Kansas. So the food for thought here, as we're getting into it and we're trying to decide whether or not a trade show is a good fit for you, is we have to determine if ideal and likely buyers will be there. Clay, can you get into this for me?
Yeah, well, first off, I know that our Thriver, we had a chance to talk to him on the phone. So when he says he's a beer guy, it doesn't mean he's like, hey, I'm a beer guy and I wanted to, it doesn't mean he's intoxicated while emailing us. It means that he's a guy who has a company that sells beer. So I just want to make sure we get that discussion. I know you were thinking, is that an No, it's not a drunk Thriver. Okay, so here we go. So we're moving on. So the thing is, when you go to these trade shows, I'll give you an example. One of the companies I used to work with was a cosmetic surgery business. So this guy's doing some cosmetic surgery, right? So if you're doing cosmetic surgery, and the other one I did was a wedding entertainment business, okay? So wedding entertainment. These are just 2 trade show examples. Well, let me give you one more. This is a cookie store. They sell cookies. And so one of the ladies, she says, hey, should I be in this trade show? This client, she says, should I be in this trade show? And I said, who's going to be there? She says, well, brides to be. I said, well, who are your ideal and likely buyers? She says, we do a lot of walk-in traffic. We sell cookies to people who are kind of on a middle to upper class sort of or people who want to have a gourmet cookie, like a Whole Foods crowd, Sure. And I'm like, well, if you booked a wedding, if a bride did want to buy cookies for her wedding, is that something you'd want to do? I mean, would you want to shut down the shop and go deliver the cookies to a wedding? And it's kind of like, no. So we say, no, I don't really want to do that trade show. So this is the no to the wedding show, And just to give you some power examples here, again, this cosmetic surgery guy, he says, hey, there's a trade show. It's going to go on at this location with this demographic. And I said, who's going to be there again? This demographic, this location. We discover that his location is over here, the demographic location is over there, and again, we say no. Then we look at another trade show, and we realize that this trade show is going to be right there at the synergy, it's right at the mix there. This is his demographic that he wants. This is his target demographic right here. This is his target demographic, and this right here is the demographic of the trade show. That mix right there in the middle, bing, 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 that's the trade show you want to be into. And for our wedding entertainment business, I used to do every trade show. If there was a trade show, I thought I should be in it. And I can tell you this, for me, It was a complete waste of time to go to the Women's Trade Show. It was a complete waste of time to go to the Small Business Alliance Trade Show. To me, every trade show was a complete waste of time except for the wedding trade shows for the wedding business. And for the cosmetic surgeon, every trade show is a waste of time except for the women's shows. So you have to find the right show for your business. And I can tell you, there's usually a great trade show in every metropolitan area for almost every industry. So you can find a great one, absolutely hit a home run. But let's just make sure that you're asking the right questions and going, how many people, I'm going to give these to you. Ask the person putting it on, say, how many people are going to be here? How many people? What are the number of attendees that you had last year? Ask that question, okay? Then ask them, do I get a list? Name, phone number, email. Do I get a list of name, phone number, email? Then ask the cost, right? Then you want to know how many years have they been doing this? How many years have they been doing this trade show? Okay? So again, number of attendees, list, cost, years. And I say this because I meet so many Thrivers all around the world, have met so many business clients who sign up for these trade shows and they find out it's the first annual trade show. And we have 2 vendors that are going to be there and you're going to be one of them. And so you just don't want to do that.
Okay, so you're saying that it's important to know the history and the reputation of the trade show.
Yep.
And you got to be asking yourself, is this make sense for me? Chet Holmes, the best-selling author of The Ultimate Sales Machine, he has this notable quotable. Done properly, a trade show can take you from obscurity to the top of the market in a single event. Trade shows offer an awesome opportunity to really stand out and get noticed. Done improperly, trade shows can be a waste of money.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. Has there been good trade shows and bad trade shows in your experience?
Well, there's one show called the Dallas Wedding Show. I think it's called the Dallas Wedding Show. It'll come to me in a minute what the actual name is, but it's at the Dallas Market Hall, so you can Google it and check it out. But it is like the largest wedding show, one of the largest wedding shows in the country. So when you walk into this massive, if you can imagine you're walking into this massive hall, and this hall has something like 105 vendors. And to give you an idea of the space, we're talking about each booth is 10 by 10. So you're talking about row after row after row after row. So you go like this, and then you keep going. I mean, this is just this massive, massive trade show down there at the Dallas Market Hall. And the first year I went, I feel like I was taking like a BB gun and shooting it at like a battleship. I'm like, bing, you know, and then the battleship turns and you're like, no, I was just kidding. So you don't want to be there where you're this little BB gun in the shooting at battleships. What you want to do is you're going to go there. You want to stand out. I mean, these brides in this case are walking in. In your case, there's hundreds of vendors. How are you going to stand out? How are you going to stand out? I can tell you, we found systems that are going to help you stand out in a group of hundreds. We've done some of the largest trade shows in the world, and I have some systems we're going to teach you right now that's going to teach you how to break out of that clutter so that you stand out. Because look how many vendors there are, but you want to be the one that people remember and that people buy from. Boom. Back to you.
So you talked a little bit about the location in here. Is this something that they assign to you, or is this something that you choose, or how does that typically work?
First off, if you can get a location, you'd love to get it closer to where people walk in. So if people are walking in, it'd be awesome if you could be, if they're all walking in through this pattern, it'd be great if you're like right here. But you know what? If you're not, who cares? I've worked with numerous businesses that are located in terrible shopping centers or terrible booth locations, and they've done just fine. So we're going to make some super moves here, some specific action items that will make your booth stand out no matter what.
We got 4 steps here to really start, making the most of these trade shows. Step number 1, get noticed and break out of the clutter of commerce, okay? So we get into this with a notable quotable from Chet Holmes again.
Yep.
Nothing, including great products and superb selling, will matter if you can't get noticed. Most trade shows are boring, booth after booth of folks hawking their wares. What you have to do is be a fun booth, the place that looks more interesting and exciting than any other booth.
Yep.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about this. What does Chet Holmes mean by this?
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pack into these 10, I'm going to unpack these 10 different action items here, really get into it. We'll go one by one with those, and Marshall and I will kind of work through that. So this first thing I want to hit on is you have to have your team appearance has to be looking good. So I'm going to put this up on the board. Make sure you just, one is your team appearance. Your team, you got to make sure that your people are dressed to impress, or there's some sort of theme going on. So Chet Holmes writes in The Ultimate Sales Machine about having your whole staff dress in Hawaiian luau sort of gear, maybe. Or maybe everyone on your team wears a suit. I know the wedding industry, no DJs were dressed up. They were straight up wearing like the most casual stuff possible. So we dressed really professionally. People thought, wow, boom. For our wedding photography business, we just dress like we're going to a wedding. We dress to impress. We dress the way we want to be addressed. However, with your company, you might say, we're all going to dress up like aliens. And you're like, aliens? And you go, yeah, because our theme is out of this world service. So everyone's going to be dressed up like aliens. We're going to have our faces painted. No,
Nice.
our faces painted green, which was easy for me to say. But you would have your whole body green, you know. Maybe you got Chewbacca or something running around your booth. But you're going to be remembered. I mean, think about this. If you go into a trade show and everyone's dressed, everyone's like, hi, I'm with such and such company, and here's my brochure, and how you doing? Thanks for coming by, and thanks for stopping by. And all the vendors, a lot of vendors who sit down. And I don't know what that is. I think sitting down is kind of like where you give up on life. You just go to the trade show and you're going, okay, here's a brochure. And there's people that do that the whole day and they wonder, why am I not making any money? Well, because you probably are sitting down at your trade show, or you get the vendor who's doing this, they're going, I'll just text people all day who aren't at the trade show to see if I can sell something at the trade show. No, I mean, you got to be engaged, but what I'm saying is most of the vendors aren't. So the good news here is to help you is 90% of these people are clowns. They are not motivated. They're not thrivers. They're people who are just there. Their boss made them go, and they're just there. So the team appearance, think right now, what can you do to break out of the clutter? Is it unbelievable professionalism? Is it the Hawaiian gear? Is it having Chewbacca in your booth? I want you to do this. Send me a picture. But anyway, back to you.
Okay, so the first thing is team appearance.
Yep.
The second thing, the second way to break out of the clutter is the tallest booth in the room. What is this? What is this way to break out?
Tallest booth in the room. This move is awesome because we all went to school with somebody who is taller than most people. You know, we all went to school with the tall guy, and not to point anybody out or call anybody out, but we all went to school with the guy who's tall, and you're like, everyone, like Marshall, what are you 7'4"? How tall are you?
Just shy of 7'4". I'm about a 6'7".
Yeah, he's like 6'10" or whatever. So anyway, the thing is with Marshall is that every time someone sees him, the first thing they say is, "You are tall." Then they go with the, "How tall are you?" And then the cursory, the third move is, "Did you play basketball?" That's what happens when you're the tall guy. Well, when you're in the booth, remember all these trade shows. Imagine that you do this. You go, boom, and you erect this structure that is every other booth is 10 feet tall, 10 feet wide, 10 feet deep, and you go ahead and you go with the one that's 20 feet tall. Well, I've seen a lot of vendors do this move over the years. It's a super move. You just make your booth taller than everybody else, and then people are like, what's that? It's so tall. I don't remember a booth being that tall. I wonder if they play basketball. And people remember it, though, and they just go to it. They're attracted to it. So again, the tall move, that's a move that's it works.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you using that move in life.
Well, yeah, so that's my super move for life. That's the thing that I am always doing, just trying to be the tallest. Milk and green vegetables, really. But yeah, so when you're having the booths, you have those piping and drapes that they usually set up to divide all the booths. And so you're saying pipe up some drapes higher than everybody else's.
You need to pipe it up. You need to make the piping huge. No, what you need to do is you literally take the trussing and you're going to buy the bigger trussing. Just go north with that stuff. Now, some of the trade shows are going to require you to have certain insurances and stuff. So don't just, jerry-rig your own, twig thatch-made booth system. But I mean, think through it. But yeah, the tallest one wins a lot of times.
The third move to break free of the clutter, so free food.
Oh, well,
free food. Tell me
now. Okay, now real quick. This is sort of a deal. People who are from like San Diego. We have a lot of thrivers in San Diego. A lot of thrivers on the coasts. People in San Diego, they're like, "What do you guys want to do tonight?" Right? And people go, "Well, we'll go to the beach, or let's go, let's go surfing. Let's go do a beach camping deal. Why don't we go longboarding? Why don't we?" But people in Oklahoma, what they do is, well, let's get something to eat. And that's just sort of the Oklahoma move is, let's just get something to eat, And so in Oklahoma, Midwest, we understand this. In the Midwest, it's a deal where we basically just go Eat. That's what we do. Whenever we have an opportunity to do something, we look for something to eat. Well, the trade show brings the Midwest to the trade show. So basically what happens at the trade show, everyone's at this trade show. Remember, we're in a sea of hundreds of vendors, and all these people coming in, eventually they're going to have this thought. They're going to say this. They're going to say, well, where are we going to get something to eat? And then when they do that, you're going to say, I know where we're going to get something to eat. We're going to get something to eat at the tallest trade show that has Chewbacca in it with the green painted face people.
So you're saying you could even combine some of these moves together?
Yeah, if you want to be the most popular person in Oklahoma, you just want to open up a restaurant. Because Oklahoma, just look it up. Just do the Google's research on this. I'm telling you, Oklahoma, Kansas City, we're just looking for something to eat. We don't really have a lot of things to go see. We don't have a lot of mountains. If you live in Des Moines right now, you know what I'm talking about, Des Moines. I mean, we're creative people. We've come up with things to do. We don't need mountains or things to see. We want something to eat.
There we go. Moving into the fourth thing that we can do to break free of the clutter. Powerful product demonstration.
Okay.
What is that?
Okay, this is the product demo. Now, I say product demo, I want to make sure we're getting it. You don't want to leave off the word powerful. So I go into Sam's Club. This is for Father's Day. And the way I do Father's Day is I basically declare on that day, I'm going to buy myself something. Because I don't need a lot of attention, but I have beautiful kids, therefore I feel like I must be beautiful and I deserve to buy myself something awesome. So I go into Sam's Club and I'm not looking for anything particular, except I am looking for something to eat. I get those samples and I'm walking around, and then a guy's got the headset on and he's like, now folks, I'm going to tell you something about this juicer. This juicer right here, what it can do is you just put it, let me go ahead and put in an apple. I'm going to put in a carrot. I'm going to put in a shoe. I'm going to mix it up. Here you go. Boom. And I'm going, this thing can juice anything, So the product demonstration, I go, well, can I put an orange in there? And the guy's like, well, no, you can't do it, but I'll do it for you. I'll show you. He takes the orange, and I'm like, well, do you have to peel it? No, folks, you don't have to peel it. Now, remember, he's got a headset on. You've seen that guy?
Yeah.
Folks, I've got a headset on. What I'm doing right now is I'm going to juice an orange, and I am not going to peel it at all. I'm putting it in. Folks, how much time are you wasting peeling oranges? You're spending like hours, you're spending like 5 minutes a week peeling an orange, or compounded over a lifetime, folks. That's like a year of your life you're wasting peeling oranges, folks. And you start to walk away, you're like, okay, that's pretty good. Now, who wants a sample? Who wants to try it? Who wants a little sippy sip? That's unbelievable, because he's got the power, he's got the demo going, and the free food combo. That's a unicorn right there. So then I have a little bit, and I'm like, that's pretty good. Well, sir, is that pretty good? And I'm like, yeah, it is pretty good. And all these people are looking at me. Sir, is that pretty good? Yeah, it's pretty good. So it's pretty good. So let me ask you this, sir. Was there any reason why you wouldn't buy it today? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. And he's like, and folks, we're throwing in today 3, knives or whatever. And the point is, if you have a product demo that wows, you got to show that stuff. If you have a product demo where it's just like, wow. The other day, a guy comes into my office and he shows me a product sample as a demo. There's this real estate software thing. We were just talking to the guys the other night, but it shows it's like a 3D tour of every house. He shows that mess, and our faces were just like, and he goes, do you like it? And we're just, so if you have a product demo that wows, then do that. Now, if you're selling something that's maybe not a wow product demo, then you probably don't want to do that. Like as a DJ company, we weren't like actually just cranking up super loud music and being like, ladies and gentlemen, up next we're going to do the electric slide, yeah, because you couldn't have a conversation. But think through it, and you might have a product demo. That might be your super move.
That might be the move.
Might be the move for you.
We're trying to give you guys some options here to execute here at the trade shows. So the fifth move that you can do to break free of the clutter here is the point person. Now, what do you mean by the point person, Clay?
Well, in the trade show, what happens is, this is how the whole trade show game goes. In the trade show, people are walking down these rows. They're walking down rows. And I'm talking about thousands of people. They're all walking around going, oh, I wonder what that is. Now, most vendors have 2 strategies. One is the apathy move, where they're on their phone and they're not paying attention at all.
The less is more move. The less is more.
They're doing nothing at all. And then the second move they do is the high pressure move. They're like, folks, you want to buy today or what? You want to throw your life away, or do you want to make some change? You want to buy this thing? You want to ruin your kitchen, or do you want to save your kitchen? One guy at this trade show I went to in Tampa, he literally said, do you want to poison your family with these pots and pans, or do you want to get some pots and pans that are going to take care of your family? And I'm like, wait, Teflon is in most pots and pans, and you are literally killing your family. And I'm just like, that's intense, bro. So over time, you start walking by, not wanting to make eye contact. You're just going, look ahead, look ahead. So you're walking through the trade show, and what you want to do is the point person. This is it's like a play, okay? So in your booth, you've got like a basketball player, a football player, okay? So you have one person here, one person here, one person here, one person here, one person here. This right here is the path. This is the hallway. There's a booth here. There's a booth here. This is booth A. This is booth B. This is booth C. Booth A is a 10 by 10. Booth B is a 10 by 10. 10 feet by 10 feet. C is a 10 by 10. But you have people. You have 5 people. You always want 5 people in your booth. How many people? 5. How many people? 5. What if you're watching this show right now and you're going, my people are small? Maybe 6. But you want 5 people. Okay, so here you go. 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. Now this person here, this is the point person, and their job is to stand a little bit into the hallway. So if right here, this is the row, the row, because there's a row of booths. There's booths over here too. There's booths over here, but this right here is the pathway, and you usually are going to have a clearance of about 10 feet wide. So this path, this hallway is 10 feet. The point person wants to stand about 2 to 3 inches into that path, and they want to go, hey, are you guys interested in a DJ? Hey, are you guys interested in a blender? Hi, would you guys be interested in a product demo? Hey, are you guys getting married? Hey, are you interested in a cruise? Hey, would you like to know about our window installation company? Whatever the thing is, but their job is to go, hey, are you looking for, and they have to make eye contact. And they have to be very pleasant. You really want someone who's pleasant to look at. Are you going, is this guy, does he hate people that don't look beautiful? No, I'm just saying, if I had a booth, for instance, and, it could be me up front or Marshall. I would choose Marshall because he's a beautiful man. And so I would put Marshall out there. Whereas if I was in the booth, I would not be the one of that point person. If you have a beautiful man, beautiful woman, I'm not kidding. Have them be the greeter. And then once someone says, yeah, I might be, or maybe, then they go, well, come on, step back into our booth and we'll take care of you. Step back into our booth. Let me repeat. Step back into our booth and we'll take care of you. What they do is they walk them back, and you want to walk them back to the back of the booth, where you have a bistro table. You always want a bistro table. That's like a tall table, circular, about this tall. And that's where this person's posted up, ready to present. So that's the move. But the point person has to go, so are you interested in oh, really? Well, come on, step back into our booth and we'll take care of you. That's how you have to do it. And this point person, all day, their job is to bring people in. Bring them in. They're like the heckler at the fair who says, do you think you can throw the ball and knock me into the water? But you can't. You throw like that kind of thing. They're like that, but not mean. They're nice. They're bringing people in.
Bringing people in.
Yep.
So you're saying that people specifically, they have to get in their face and say, hey, how are you doing? How many people would you say out of 10 would come into the booth if they're not being asked, hey, would you like to see this?
If you do ask 10 people, I bet you 1 or 2 come into the booth. If you ask 10 people, 2 will come in.
Okay.
If you don't ask, like 0.
Okay. So what you're saying is you got to be asking all day to get just those couple people in to make the presentation.
Okay, if you're watching right now, if you're from the Bronx, from New York City, Manhattan, Staten Island, you know what I'm talking about, Queens? Queens, this is the deal. The Bronx, you guys, this is what you guys are doing. You guys are hustlers. You guys understand what I'm saying. If you're in New York and you have a restaurant and you want people to hop in, big shout out to New York, because I've been to New York a lot. You guys know what I'm talking about. You're not going to wait for people to come into your restaurant. You're going to go, hey, we have unbelievable Italian food. Come on in, folks. Unbelievable Italian food. Are you interested? I'm being serious. I travel a lot. This is what they do. Miami, come on, South Beach. You know what I'm talking about. You guys do this. You hustle. Now, some of you Midwesterners like myself, where you're going, we don't pressure people in the Midwest. We just let it come to us. We just let it. You're going to be poor, so stop doing that. You're going to have to get up there and just with great confidence and say, hey, folks, are you interested in buying a blender? Come on into our booth. And you have to say it with great joy, enthusiasm, smile, point person. Boom. Don't have a negative. By the way, years ago, bad story, quick story, but bad story. Years ago, I had a point person who was going through a little bit of a chemical imbalance, a little bit of a marital problem, a little bit of a something. And that was back in the time before I realized that you need to fire people that aren't inspired. But the point is, he was like going, would you be interested in coming into our booth? Would you be interested in DJ? Would you be? And I literally I remember walking and looking at him going, this guy looks sad. And he was like repelling people. So you got to make sure you're overtly happy, kind, look at people in the eye and just say, hey folks, are you interested in a blender? Come on into our booth.
Let's get into point number 6.
Oh, come on.
Way to break free of the clutter. Music mania. What is that?
Oh, now guys, I was just talking to my daughter last night, Havana, about this. And there's this thing where you're trying to create this thing called the mojo. And I'm going to just get a little bit off the reservation for this. But the mojo is where you want to create this momentum, this mojo, this flow. People want to be near the mojo. So if you go to San Diego, you go to New York, you can walk in a restaurant, it's got that ambiance, it has the music playing. You walk in, it's... You're like, man, I kind of do want sushi. That's kind of the deal, right? You go to a swanky hotel in South Beach, and it's, that you walk in and you're kind of going, oh, this is a nice place. You look around and you're just going, wow. And it creates that sort of vibe, that feel, that deal. And there's not a human beatboxing. There's actually a music playing. But the point is, it creates that atmosphere. And so people are attracted. Remember, if we go back here, people go, did I hear music from did I hear music from the tallest booth where they have a Wookiee in the booth and free food and a demo? Is this heaven? No, this is a super booth that I'm going to remember. And then that's why people buy stuff. Remember, if you're not memorable, you're forgettable. Please remember that. If you're not memorable, you're forgettable. Back to you.
So Seth Godin has this excellent notable quotable here. It says, something remarkable is worth talking about, worth noticing, exceptional, new, interesting. It's a purple cow. Boom. Boring stuff is invisible. So if you're saying that if you're not doing any of these moves, you're not going to be memorable. People are not going to want it. Where's that music coming from? What is that?
Well, let's give you Seth Godin's example, because Seth he's phenomenal. I love Seth Godin. He's got these word pictures that they work for you. But you're driving down the road. Driving down that Tradeshow Boulevard, Tradeshow Road. You're driving down there. You got this fence going on, and you've got it's kind of this grassy area, and you're driving, you're just miles and miles of grass and greenery, and this is too hilly to be Iowa. This is maybe Missouri or something. You're driving, and there's just a mass of cows here. There's tons of cows. There's cows everywhere. They're all the same color, and you're like, they're going, and you're going, hey cow, look, there's a cow. Look, kids, there's a cow. But if you live by the cows like I did growing up, you go, Now as like an adult, I'm like, there's a cow in the city. What's going on? But as a kid, you kind of go, meh, because you see them all the time.
Right.
But if in that stack of cows, in that grouping of cows, if one of those cows was a purple cow, if the cow was painted purple, out of curiosity, most drivers would just pull over. They would just go, well, I have to let's pull over and see that cow. Then the next person goes, why are they pulling over? And don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. If someone gets in a minor fender bender, we're pulling over going, I wonder what that is. We're slowing down even if we don't need to. I wonder what that is. Pretty soon, the whole freeway is now, everybody's like, I wonder what that is. I wonder what that is. There's like 20 cars. I wonder what that is. And you'll go, there's 80 cars. I wonder what that is. Pretty soon, people are back here and they line up. So what happens at the trade show? Homies? This is so awesome. You have to remember this. Is you begin to create this momentum where people literally want to come to the booth because of the mojo. And this used to happen at every trade show. Vendors used to come up to me and go, how do you have every person here? Customers would say, everyone's at your booth. What's going on? People would come up and go, what's going on? I mean, everyone's here. What do you guys sell? I'm telling you, that's what you want to create. You're trying to create this level of intensity and these marketing awesomeness where it goes, and it just kind of vibrates, this intensity, and then boom, you have created a purple cow, and now you got the mojo, and boom, you're making some money.
So you got people passing out free food. They're walking around the trade show with it. You got strangers asking, hey, where'd you get that cake?
Where'd you get that cake? Where'd you get that kale?
Kale.
People never say that.
Okay.
I did that for you. You like great stuff.
Yeah, I like that. Step number 7, or move number 7 here of ways to break free of the clutter.
Yeah.
Mascots everywhere. What is that?
Okay, now this right here is a move that is one that I've seen a lot. But you don't pull this off unless you are the woman or the man or somebody who says, I'm in it to win it. You don't do this move if you're going, well, I'm kind of into our mascot. I mean, you do this if you're sold out, okay? So let's just pretend that you want to, you say, you know what, our company, we have out of the world service, and so I want to just get into it. I want to just really, create, I want people to remember out of this world service. And so what you do is you go ahead and you go with the Wookiee move. So you have now, this man is in a Wookiee costume. So someone on your team, by the way, you're going to have to look at someone on your team who's going to go, why do I have to go in the Wookiee costume?
Usually the tallest person.
Yeah. So anyway, you do. And then this Wookiee guy, this Wookiee guy, he's going to just walk around the trade show. He's just going to walk around the entire time, and he's going to have a sign on his back or a sign he's wearing that tells people to go to your booth. And he literally just walks around. Now, one of my friends, she did this super move, and it was awesome. She had women wearing bridal gowns at the wedding show, and they would just run around wearing bridal gowns with signs on that said, Visit Fasciano's. So if you're at the trade show, you see a bride walking by, another bride, you're going, what is that? And then you go, oh, that's Fasciano's. Then you go, that's the tallest booth. That is where the Wookiees are. That's where the food is. That's where the music is. Oh, the point person goes, hey, come on in. Are you interested in a dress? All of a sudden, you're dominating. That's how you do it, folks. But don't do the mascot move if you're like, we're going to have Barry just wear a hat that says Barry's Plumbing and just walk around.
Move number 8, massive giveaways. Okay, so massive giveaways. Talk to me a little bit about this.
Yeah, the giveaway move is basically if somebody feels like they can win something substantial, usually they're going to throw caution to the wind. So let me just show you how this works. This is what happens is, someone says, I would never give away my personal information. So over here, it's like, we'll call this safety. We might even just call this wisdom. And over here, we're going to call this like, we're just going to call this like, the winning column, over here. And, and you say, well, over here, I would never give my email away. I would not do it. There's no way I would give my email to you. I don't even know you. Name, I'm not going to give you my name. I am not going to give you my address. That's weird. In this unsafe world we live in, you think I'm going to give you my address where you can show up at my house? I'm not going to. And I'm not going to give you my email, and I'm not going to give you my name. And then they say, and then give us a little person. Tell us how much money you make. Go ahead and write down your income. I wouldn't tell my best friend how much money I make, let alone you who I just met at the mall. I'm not doing it. I would not give you my income, my name, my address, my email. I will not. And they go, okay, fine. And then, just tell us specifically why you buy things. Why you buy things. Yeah, I would not. I'm not going to. And then someone says, so this is your stack of reasons why not to. And then someone says, well, I'll give you something. And you go, well, what are you talking about? And they go, well, it's a little something. It's like a blender. You go, nah, I'll give you something like a boat. Well, so you're saying all you want is my personal information, my name, my phone number, my email, all the things needed to rob me, maim me, kill me, chase me, get me, take advantage of me? Yeah, I could see how that makes sense for a chance to win a boat. I mean, a 1 in 2,000 chance? Let's do it. That's what happens. So I'm just trying to explain this to you. At the wedding shows, I found that girls wanted to win the free wedding. They wanted a free DJ, free photo, free video, free cruise. And if I could be the guy who promised that one of the first 200 girls who booked with us would get a chance to win this. So one of the first 200 people to book a DJ would get the wedding package. Then I found people would book right there. So as an example, this whole giveaway for the whole wedding package maybe cost me $7,000, but I was able to book at, again, $600 to $700, 200 right there. So do the math on that. 200, right? 200 weddings times, $600 to $700 per one versus $7,000. It's a great deal. So I'm just telling you, if you're going to do a giveaway, it's got to be a massive one. It can't be one of these weak sauce like, if you register, you get a chance to win 2% off. 8%. You get a chance to register. Now I'll tell you what, folks, if you come on down here and you register and you go ahead and give me all your personal information, you got a 10% off discount that you might be eligible for. And I'll tell you what I'm going to throw in. I'm going to do 11% off of something you might not even want. Dumb. And I've done that. I've paid that dumb tax. Don't do that. No.
So I know a lot of our Thrivers are, operating very small businesses. This might be their first trade show before they're, going out to one. If I don't have a lot of capital, how do I get one of these big giveaways? How do I fund that? Or is that just an investment that I need to, buy into?
Well, we were just talking to Michaelo. Michaelo, I say halo. Michaelo. But anyway, we were talking to Michaelo, and Michaelo has this insulation company. By the way, if you're in the New York area and if you're not his competitor, then you need to insulate that house. Look him up. What's the name of his company?
American Hybrid Homes.
Google that mess. Find him, American Hybrid Homes. But here's the deal. He went out to his first trade show a while back. And for a guy like Michaelo, or you if you're watching, if that's you, what you want to do is you want to think about, well, how much does it cost to insulate somebody's house? So let's say that for Michaelo, and I'm making up numbers, but let's say his hard cost to insulate your home was $2,000, but he would normally charge you $4,000. He could say register to receive free home insulation valued at $4,000. And now what he's doing is he's given some of his time, he's given some of his hard costs, yes, but he's given something that doesn't cost him a whole lot of money in exchange for a whole lot of leads.
Cool. So we're getting close here to the end of a couple moves to break free of the clutter.
Come on.
One of these big ones is the no-brainer offer. No-brainer. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, well, the no-brainer, and you got to make it a compelling offer where the people who are attending the trade show would say, there's really no reason why I wouldn't do this deal. So we did for our photography company. It works awesome. Feel free to steal this deal. And if you're in Tulsa, I'll come up with a new move and beat you. But here's the deal: is what we say is now, just so you know, if you guys decide to book an appointment today, what we're going to do is, one, you guys are going to receive a discount off your wedding package. You don't have to pay a deposit, but if you agree to come in for an appointment, you get a discount. So they go, oh wow, so I get a discount? You say, yep, you get a discount. You say, okay, so I got a discount. Well, that's not that compelling, they say. And you say, and the meeting will take you 30 minutes, and just for coming in, we're going to give you guys $50 for coming in, a $50 gift card just for coming in, and we've won these certain awards, and we have a really compelling offer. So now if you're a customer who is looking to book a photographer for your wedding, and you're looking at, well, they're offering a discount, they're going to pay me $50 just for coming to the meeting. They've won awards. They have a great offer. Why would I not? And that's really where you want to make it. The deal has to be a no-brainer. So you need to think right now. Ask yourself, what are the no-brainer offer? What's a no-brainer offer you could do? What is the combination of benefits that you could offer that are so rich, so awesome, so just ridiculous that people can't say no? And that's how you move the needle. That's how you grow the company.
We're getting into the 10th move to break free of the clutter at a trade show, and that is enthusiastic salespeople.
Oh, man.
And tell me, how does enthusiastic salespeople relate to merit-based pay?
Well, what you're going to do is when you go to your trade show, you're going to want to have people who are there who are enthusiastic. That's why we've said enthusiastic salespeople. Well, what does enthusiasm mean? Well, if you go and you look at the Greek, if you're one of those guys who's like, I want to know the origin of words. If you're one of those ladies who goes, I just have to know where the word comes from before I can even own it or use it comfortably, that's probably smart. The word enthusiasm comes from the word theos, okay? So theos is kind of this main word here, theos, okay? Theos, meaning God. And then in, so it's God within, okay? God within. So your people who are at the booth, not in a sacrilegious kind of way, but they need to make sure that they have the joy of the Lord, or they need to act as though they have God within them, that kind of confidence. I would like to think that if in some weird universe, our God, whatever God that may be, our God was going to the trade show, I'd like to think he wasn't like, so, would you maybe be interested in my services? You know, I would like to think that God wouldn't go, I don't really know what we offer, but here's our print piece. I'd like to think that our God wouldn't go, well, I drank a lot last night, and I don't really know what our packages are, but I do know that you look like a winner. I mean, I'm hoping that's not what God would tell you at the booth. God within, to me, is someone with confidence. And the confidence comes through knowing what they're doing, knowing they're fully trained, and knowing they're supposed to be there, knowing that you are where you need to be. So if your salespeople have to know they're there with a purpose, you have to tell them what the goal is that day. The goal is to set appointments. You need to encourage them. You need to train them, equip them, give them the knowledge, give them the role playing, get them going. And then you need to have a merit-based pay system. And a merit-based pay is you say, hey, for every appointment that you set that turns into a deal, I'm going to give you a bonus. So specifically, one of the clients I worked with just to transform his medical business was we paid all the staff their normal hourly wages. We paid them $10 an hour, $12 an hour to stand at the booth. And we said, for every appointment that you set that actually comes in, $50 for you. So people are going, you mean I could make $5,000 today? And we're like, well, you could probably make, $2,000 today. And they're like, $2,000 today? And you go, yeah. All of a sudden, there's a little enthusiasm, but then that enthusiasm quickly dissipates if people aren't trained and fully equipped and knowing what they need to be doing. So you've got to equip your team, train your team, give them that merit-based pay, and do not let anybody in your booth that does not possess overwhelming amounts of enthusiasm. You have to have that enthusiasm.
So how does enthusiasm relate to the rejection that they might face with those 8 people that say, no thanks?
Well, at the wedding show, just to give you an example, this is how it would go for me. I'll give you an example. And all of our editing team, we're going to kind of cut this up and speed it up real fast for you. But I'll go,
so, let me ask, are you guys looking for a DJ? No. Okay, so are you guys looking for a DJ? No. Hey, are you guys looking for a DJ? No. Hey, are you guys looking for a DJ? You jerk. Okay, sir, I guess you're not interested. Hey, are you guys looking for a DJ? Quit talking to me. Quit talking to me. I'm not even looking for a DJ. If I would have wanted a DJ, I would have told you I was looking for a DJ. Don't talk to me.
And that's somebody who maybe just went through a personal drama, like outside the building, and you're like, okay, so that's probably a no. Then you go to the next one.
So are you guys looking for a DJ? Buddy, if I was looking for a DJ, you go, that's 6 in a row. Hey, are you guys looking for a DJ? Look, man, if I wanted...
And you're just going, there's a lot of intensity here. And what's happening is all the vendors are asking the people, hey, are you interested in this? Do you want this? Do you want this? And then finally someone goes, well, what do you offer? And you've got to be enthusiastic then. Right, those 2 out of 10, you've got to go, well, hey, step into our booth and we'll show you. And I'm just telling you, now, what you can do to limit the amount of rejection so people want to come in your booth, as I got better over time, I started doing the team appearance, dressing professionally. Now remember, back in the day when I was first asking, when I was role-playing right there, I was dressing like an idiot. So I didn't look like I was a professional. So I'm saying, hey, do you want to meet with that? That's like taking a van, getting in a van, and driving up to the local basketball, where kids are playing basketball and going, hey kids, you guys want some candy? I mean, that's not the move. Parents are going to go, get away, you freak. You can't do that. It's just not the move. You don't say that. I mean, that's just not the move. So make sure you're dressing nice. Now, over time, I figured out if I dress nice, if I have a nice booth, if I have food in the booth, if I have a product demo, if I have a point person, I have great music, if I have great samples, I got a mascot, I got giveaways, I got the no-brainer, now people want to come in. So towards the end of the career with the DJ business, I got it to where if I asked 10 people, I bet you I could get 6 to come in the booth.
There you go.
So over time, you'll get better at this, but you have to have enthusiasm.
But still, 4 out of 10, we're saying no.
Yeah, you got to push through the nose.
Let's move into the second step of at the trade show. Okay, so I have the booth. I finally have the look. I have the feel at the trade show. Now, what am I doing? What am I actually doing while I'm there? So step number 2 is book appointments and gather leads. Walk me through this strategy, this system.
Well, the thing is you want to focus on booking the appointments. So you don't want to go to the show and just get your name out there. You have to book appointments. Always be closing or always be confirming an appointment. The point is you have to always at the end of the conversation, you have to call the customer to call to action. You have to say, so what would be a good time to meet for you with your schedule next week? This time or that time? You have to confirm appointments. You have to set an actual appointment. The idea, if you could visualize this, is you go to the trade show, then from the trade show, you bring people in to set an appointment. So the first step of the trade show is it's like you're fishing. You're putting out a net. Now that you have them in the net, you have to bring them into the boat, which is the appointment, okay? We're not done though, just so we're clear. Anybody who's ever gone fishing, if you put the net out there and you get fish in the net and then you just kind of go, well, let's go get something to eat. That's not gonna work. You've got to pull the net into the boat. You pull the net into the boat. Now you got them into the boat, which is the appointment. Now once they're in the boat, now this is the part where this analogy gets weird. I'm sorry because you guys deserve a better analogy, but work with me. Once you got the fish in the boat, and they're in the boat, they're not in the water. You brought them in. You're fishing. Now they're in the boat. Now you're going to actually have to kill the fish. To eat the fish, right? In this case, you have to close the deal. Okay, and I'm not saying you want to kill customers. That's not what I'm saying here. I don't want anybody to misunderstand that at all. What I'm saying, though, is when you're fishing, again, you have the net, then you put it in the boat, then you got to kill the fish. What you do here is you got to go to the trade show, you got to book appointments, you got to close the deal. The point is you can't just go to the trade show and think people are going to call you and go, I have copious amounts of money. I want to pay you. Is there any way? I've got so much money, I want to pay that money to you. I don't even want the money I have because I woke up today with a vision, and the vision was your name, and I never met you before, but I want to pay you big amounts of money. Are you okay with that? How much money is too much money for you? Because I've got so much money for me I want to give to you. That's not going to happen. People aren't going to do it. People are going to say, I like my money, and I want to keep it as much of it as I can. I've worked hard for the money, and each unit of money I have is related to the amount of hours I've worked. And so maybe for me, 1 hour of time is worth $10 or $20, and I don't want to give any of those to you because I'm giving you my time. So a lot of people are going to trade shows with the mindset that the fish are jumping into the boat. They're just out there going, well, you guys want to throw in a net or anything, or you guys want to? No, man, I'm just going to let the fish jump in the boat, man, because I look at it like my boat's sweet. I got a good old net right here. Let's jump right in there. I'm just going to, bam, that's not going to happen. Okay, so you have the mindset that you're going to be like, guys, I think we should put the net in the water. No, man, you just want to get a good net and let the fish jump into you, because that's where the fish are. Fish are going to come to you. That's the move. You want to play hard to get, because good fish will jump after you if it knows. Fish want what they can't have, and that's to be eaten by you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of people do at trade shows. They just do nothing, and they start to say, well, I want to be kind of hard to get. I don't want to pressure people. I don't want to inform people. I don't want to. Well, good luck on that, but you're going to ultimately be in a soup kitchen line soon.
There we go. We want to teach these Thrivers specifically on how, once they have people in their booth, how to book these appointments.
Yep.
So there's a notable quotable from Chet Holmes, best-selling author of The Ultimate Sales Machine. Here we go. In order to enter the drawing, you're talking about massive giveaways here.
Yep.
Enter the drawing, they need to give you a business card and fill out a quick little form that asks a few qualifying questions. Okay, so in your experience, how have you done this move? How have you had those few qualifying questions?
What Chet's talking about in his book, Ultimate Sales Machine, is that if you're going to let somebody enter in for a chance to win the big giveaway, they have to give you their name, their business card. They have to give you their contact information. They have to do that in order for a chance to win. That's one of those moves. And if you're going to do a giveaway or you're not going to do a big giveaway, either way, as you're going through this list of things we've given you, you don't have to do all of the moves, but just do the ones that you can apply. I recommend you do them all, but you can maybe do 8 of them or 7 of them. But what he's talking about is you have to get their information. You have to gather their information. You can't, I'm telling you, I used to do this at trade shows. I would have a great conversation with somebody and they would go, hey, I'll give you a call. I'll follow up with you. And I have never, if I was betting my life on it, I would have been dead thousands of times. And I remember I was betting my finances on it. And I'd get back to my house, and I remember I was just sitting there in my house and office in my house and just ready. That's where I worked, was in my house, and I'm there and I'm going, all right, this show is good. And people, my wife, and people would say, how was this? How was the show? It was good. Got my name out there. They'd say, would you book any appointments? No, but I got a lot of leads. I got business cards, and I got my name out there. I got a lot of good conversations, though. And they go, so did you book any appointments? No, but I got a lot of contacts. And then I just sit there on Monday, and my phone wouldn't ring, and I'm thinking, well, I wonder if my phone's broke. I remember I literally called a company called EasyTel to see if my phone was broken. I wanted to check. I haven't seen it ring. Maybe my phone line's broken. So you call the EasyTel guy, and then you're like, well, maybe I put the wrong number on my business card. And then you're thinking, well, maybe the show wasn't very good. It wasn't a good show. Maybe it wasn't qualified leads. Maybe it was. And you never want, and then you get, and and I'm in the bathroom, and you're kind of looking, and you're kind of going in the mirror, and you go, oh no, it's me. And you realize that you didn't have a closing strategy and no one's going to call you because nobody knows who you are. They don't remember you. You didn't follow these 10 moves. You didn't have business cards. You didn't collect their information. You didn't. So it's very, very important that your whole goal here, guys, is to set an appointment. You have to do it. Don't get on these false wins, because then 2 weeks later you're trying to go to the bank, right? And the bank teller's like, well, hey, Mr. Clark, how much money would you like to deposit today? And you go, well, I want to deposit a bunch of good connections I met. I'd like to deposit getting my name out there. I'd like to deposit some good rapport I have. Can I deposit those potential deals into the bank? And they go, no. And then you end up eating ramen, which is what I literally did. No air conditioning and eating ramen. 2 years paying a dumb tax for not knowing this stuff. So you just implement this, please. We beggeth of you.
So let's get into the fire hose of knowledge and the action items for the Thrivers to book these appointments, okay?
Okay.
So the first thing that we need to do is develop a unified vision and theme for the show. So you got to decide, are we doing the Hawaiian shirt thing, or what advice would you give on this?
Well, let's go with a theme that no one here, if you're a Thriver watching this and you're like, this theme is the worst theme ever, that's fine, I'm just trying to help you. But if we went with the whole out of this world theme, we're like, look at, there's little aliens, and that's, this is our theme, aliens. If that's going to be your theme, that's interesting theme there. But if you're going to go with the whole alien theme, everything about your booth has to go with that theme. Chewbacca needs to be in that booth. Everyone needs to be dressed in that way. It needs to be the cohesive theme. Now, what's not a theme is your good friend Barry. Barry works with you. You see him every day. Barry's he's a little bit of a larger guy. He works over there in accounting, and you're going, Barry, why don't you have your shirt on, and why are you painted green, and why are you wearing that mask? And Barry's like, it's part of an alien theme that I'm doing. And you go, well, none of us are doing the theme, though. You're the only one. You're the only one doing the theme, Barry. And he goes, well, I wanted to do the alien theme. And now you have a weird vibe going on. And so the DJ booth, I used to let guys do their own theme, and that is not good. Because you'd have guys showing up with tons of swag. You get guys wearing suits, like they're in like a rap video, sparkling, shimmering suits. I'm not kidding. You'd have another guy who's wearing like shining, shimmering. One guy who's like, bro, I'm going for the whole casual look, bro. I'm just going the casual look, So I'm just wearing this t-shirt, because I just want brides to know that I'm casual. You know what I mean, bro? I remember one guy in our booth, I won't tell you the guy's name, but it's so funny. He literally brought these maracas, and he was wanting to play salsa music all day, and bum bum ba da bum ba da bum bum ba da. And I remember walking by the booth going, what is going on? Because you've got the casual guy being like, what's up, bruh, you looking to get married? Then you've got the other guy, boop, 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 and you got the shimmering suit guy, and that was like our squad. Don't do that. Don't let Barry wear an alien mask. Make a theme. Unified. Not just a theme, but a unified theme. Common union, baby. Communion. Get that theme together.
There we go. Okay, so in terms of resources, what do I have in the booth? We're talking about these lead sheets. So let's walk the Thrivers through, what do I need to have on the lead sheet? What am I going to have in front of me when I'm talking to these different leads that could potentially buy from my company?
A lead sheet is an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and on that sheet of paper is all the information that you need to gather from the potential customer. So you want to have a clipboard, okay? You want to have a clipboard, and on that clipboard, you want to have your lead sheet. So here's your clipboard right there, boom. Now on your clipboard, you're going to have a piece of paper. This piece of paper is called the lead sheet. It's 8.5 by 11, and you're going to use that to collect information as you're talking to ideal and likely buyers.
Cool. So we want their name. So when you're in Microsoft Word or whatever it is that Apple is using,
we're going to send you guys a template of this.
We're going to send it.
Yeah, what's going to happen? So it'll be on with this episode. We'll make it easily accessible for you, and you can actually download a PDF of what a lead sheet should look like.
So you got to have that. Okay.
Yep.
The next thing that I need in my booth is a one sheet to give out to prospective clients, a one sheet.
Now I want to make sure that I'm obsessing over the details real quick on this lead sheet, because on the lead sheet I'm talking, you need their name, okay? You need their number. You're going to need their email. You're going to need to have 5 rapport building questions. You're going to need 5 needs based questions. You're going to have 5 benefits supported by a fact, and you're going to have 5 closing questions. This is all on your lead sheet. You have to have this on one sheet because you're going to have to train an army of people how to do this, and it starts with you, so you've got to do that. Then, as you go through and you use this lead sheet, which is almost like a mobile script, it's like a trade show script, as you use that, the device that you're going to use to display the products and services and the benefits of what you offer is a one sheet. So the way that would work is, let me see if I can grab a piece of paper here. So let's pretend that this was a lead sheet. I'd be at the booth, and the point person would say, "Hey, are you guys interested in home insulation?" No. "Hey, are you guys interested in making your home more efficient?" "Yeah, I think we are." "Well, come on into the mobile office. Let me introduce you to Clay, our sales guy." Boop, 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 boop. Going back, I come back, I go, "Hey, I'm Clay, how are you?" "Great. Hey, well, I'm standing behind my bistro table," and I say, "So what's your name?" "So tell me this, what are you guys looking for out of a home insulation company?" And I have my questions scripted out that I'm going to ask, my rapport, my needs, my benefits, my close. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, go watch our sales episodes. This will help you. But what you're going to do is I'm going to gather that, and then I go, "Hey, let me show you the benefits of what our company offers." We have really 3 to 5 benefits at your trade show, 3 to 5. You say, 1, we can make your home 30% more efficient. And you show them the benefit, and it's supported by a fact. And you show them the next benefit. So you say, we can make your home 30% more efficient. In fact, we have a one sheet here of tons of references you can call of people right in your area whose homes we've made more efficient. 2, we can get it all installed within 24 hours. In fact, let me give you the names and numbers of people we've actually installed right here in this area who could vouch for that. 3, we're award-winning. And that's how you're going to do it. But you need a one sheet as your tangible print item that you give the customer. The lead sheet's for you. The one sheet is for them. Hopefully that makes sense.
The number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year. We are Jared and Jennifer Johnson. We own Platinum Pest and Lawn and are located in Owasso, Oklahoma. And we have been working with Thrive for business coaching for almost a year now.
Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to share some wins with you guys that we've had by working with Thrive. First of all, we're on the top page of Google now. Okay. I just want to let you know what type of accomplishment this is. Our competition, Orkin, Terminex, they're both $1.3 billion companies. They both have 2,000 to 3,000 pages of content attached to their website. So to basically go from virtually non-existent on Google to up on the top page is really saying something. But that's come by being diligent to the systems that Thrive has, by being consistent and diligent on doing podcasts and staying on top of those podcasts to really help with getting up on with their listing and ranking there with Google.
And also we've been trying to get Google reviews, asking our customers for reviews. And now we're the highest rated and most reviewed pest and lawn company in the Tulsa area. And that's really helped with our conversion rate. And the number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year.
Wait, say that again. How much are we up?
411%.
Okay, so 411% we're up with our new customers. Amazing.
Right. So not only do we have more customers calling in, we're able to close those deals at a much higher rate than we were before. Right now, our closing rate is about 85%, and that's largely due to, first of all, like our Google reviews that we've gotten people really see that our customers are happy, but also we have a script that we follow. And so when customers call in, they get all the information that they need. That script has been refined time and time again. It wasn't a one and done deal. It was a system that we followed with Thrive in the refining process, and that has obviously the 411% shows that system works.
Yeah, so here's a big one for you. So last week alone, our booking percentage was 91%. We actually booked more deals, more new customers last year than we did the first 5 months, or I'm sorry, we booked more deals last week than we did the first 5 months of last year from before we worked with Thrive. So again, we booked more deals last week than the first 5 months of last year. And it's incredible. But the reason why we have that success is by implementing the systems that Thrive has taught us and helped us out with.
Some of those systems that we've implemented are group interviews. That way we've really been able to come up with a really great team. We've created and implemented checklists. That way everything gets done and it gets done right. It creates accountability. We're able to make sure that everything gets done properly, both out in the field and also in our office. And also doing the podcast, like Jared had mentioned, that has really, really contributed to our success. But that, like I said, the diligence and consistency in doing those and that system has really, really been a big blessing in our lives. And also, it's really shown that we've gotten the success from following those systems.
So before working with Thrive, we were basically stuck. Really no new growth with our business. And we were in a rut, and we didn't know.
The last 3 years, our customer base had pretty much stayed the same. We weren't shrinking, but we weren't really growing either.
Yeah, and so we didn't really know where to go, what to do, how to get out of this rut that we're in. But Thrive helped us with that. They implemented those systems. They taught us those systems. They taught us the knowledge that we needed in order to succeed. Now it's been a grind. Absolutely, it's been a grind this last year. But we're getting those fruits from that hard work and the diligent effort that we're able to put into it. So again, we were in a rut. Thrive helped us get out of that rut. And if you're thinking about working with Thrive, quit thinking about it and just do it. Do the action, and you'll get the results. It will take hard work and discipline, but that's what it's going to take in order to really succeed. So we just want to give a big shout out to Thrive, a big thank you out there to Thrive. We wouldn't be where we're at now without their help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Moore. I'm a pediatric dentist. Through our new digital marketing plan, we have seen a marked increase in the number of new patients that we're seeing every month, year over year. 1 month, for example, we went from 110 new patients the previous year to over 180 new patients in the same month. And overall, our average is running about 40 to 42% increase month over month, year over year. The group of people required to implement our new digital marketing plan is immense, starting with a business coach, videographers, photographers, web designers. Back when I graduated dental school in 1985, nobody advertised. The only marketing that was ethically allowed in everybody's eyes was mouth-to-mouth marketing. By choosing to use the services, you're choosing to use a proven turnkey marketing and coaching system that will grow your practice and get you the results that you're looking for. I went to the University of Oklahoma College of Dentistry, graduated in 1983, and then I did my pediatric dental residency at Baylor College of Dentistry from 1983 to 1985.
Hello, my name is Charles Kolaw with Kolaw Fitness. Today I want to tell you a little bit about Clay Clark and how I know Clay Clark. Clay Clark has been my business coach since 2017. He's helped us grow from 2 locations to now 6 locations. We're planning to do 7 locations in 7 years and then franchise. And Clay has done a great job of helping us navigate anything that has to do with like running the business, building the systems, the checklists, the workflows, the audits, how to navigate lease agreements, how to buy property, how to work with brokers and builders. This guy is just amazing. He's this kind of guy has worked in every single industry. He's written books with like Lee Cockrell, head of Disney, with the 40,000 cast members. He's friends with like Mike Lindell. He does Reawaken America tours, where he does these tours all across the country, where 10,000 or more people show up to some of these tours. On the day-to-day, he does anywhere from about 160 companies. He's at the top. He has a team of business coaches, videographers, and graphic designers and web developers, and they run 160 companies every single week. So think of this guy with a team of business coaches running 160 companies. So in the weekly, he's running 160 companies. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's doing Reawaken America tours. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's also doing business conferences where 200 people show up, and he teaches people a 13-step proven system that he's done and worked with billionaires, helping them grow their companies. I've seen guys from startups go from startup to being multimillionaires, teaching people how to get time freedom and financial freedom through the system. Critical thinking, document creation, putting it into organizing everything in their head to building into a franchisable, scalable business. Like one of his businesses has like 500 franchises. That's just one of the companies or brands that he works with. So amazing guy, Elon Musk kind of like smart guy. He kind of comes off sometimes as socially awkward, but he's so brilliant, and he's taught me so much. When I say that, like Clay is like, he doesn't care what people think when you're talking to him. He cares about where you're going in your life and where he can get you to go. And that's what I like most about him. He's like a good coach. A coach isn't just making you feel good all the time. A coach is actually helping you get to the best you. And Clay has been an amazing business coach. Through the course of that, we became friends. I was really most impressed with him is when I was shadowing him one time. We went into a business deal and listened to it. I got to shadow and listen to it. And when we walked out, I knew that he could make millions on the deal, and they were super excited about working with him. And he told me, he's like, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to turn it down, because he knew it was going to harm the common good of people in the long run. And the guy's integrity just really wowed me. It brought tears to my eyes to see that this guy, his highest desire was to do what's right. And anyways, just an amazing man. So anyways, impacted me a lot. He's helped navigate anytime I've got nervous or worried about how to run the company, or navigating competition and an economy that's like, I remember we got closed down for 3 months. He helped us navigate on how to stay open, how to get back open, how to just survive through all the COVID shutdowns, lockdowns.
I'm Rachel with Tip Top Canine, and we just want to give a huge thank you to Clay and Vanessa Clark.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan with Tip Top Canine. Just want to say a big thank you to Thrive 15. Thank you to Make Your Life Epic. We love you guys, we appreciate you, and really just appreciate how far you've taken us. This is our old house, right? This is where we used to live a few years ago. This is our old neighborhood. See? It's nice, right? So this is my old van and our old school marketing, and this is our old team. And by team, I mean it's me and another guy.
This is our new house with our new neighborhood. This is our new van with our new marketing, and this is our new team. We went from 4 to 14, and I took this beautiful photo. We worked with several different business coaches in the past, and they were all about helping Ryan sell better and just teaching sales, which is awesome, but Ryan is a really great salesman. So we didn't need that. We needed somebody to help us get everything that was in his head out into systems, into manuals and scripts, and actually build a team. So now that we have systems in place, we've gone from 1 to 10 locations in only a year.
In October 2016, we grossed 13 grand for the whole month. Right now it's 2018, the month of October. It's only the 22nd. We've already grossed a little over 50 grand for the whole month, and we still have time to go. We're just thankful for you, thankful for Thrive and your mentorship, and we're really thankful that you guys have helped us to grow a business that we run now instead of the business running us. Just thank you times 1,000.
The Thrivetime Show 2-day interactive business workshops are the world's highest rated and most reviewed business workshops, because we teach you what you need to know to grow.
You can learn the proven 13-point business systems that Dr. Zellner and I have used over and over to start and grow successful companies. I mean, we get into the specific steps on what you need to do to optimize your website. We're going to teach you how to fix your conversion rate. We're going to teach you how to do a social media marketing campaign that works. How do you raise capital? How do you get a small business loan? We teach you everything you need to know here during a 2-day, 15-hour workshop. It's all here for you. You work every day in your business, but for 2 days you can escape and work on your business and build these proven systems, so now you can have a successful company that will produce both the time freedom and the financial freedom that you deserve. You're going to leave energized, motivated, but you're also going to leave empowered. The reason why I've built these workshops is because as an entrepreneur, I always wish that I had this. And because there wasn't anything like this, I would go to these motivational seminars, no money down, real estate, Ponzi scheme, get motivated seminars, and they would never teach me anything. It was like you went there and you paid for the big chocolate Easter bunny, but inside of it, it was a hollow nothingness. And I wanted the knowledge, and they're like, oh, but we'll teach you the knowledge after our next workshop. And the great thing is we have nothing to upsell. At every workshop, we teach you what you need to know. There's no one in the back of the room trying to sell you some next big get-rich-quick, walk-on-hot coals product. It's literally, we teach you the brass tacks, the specific stuff that you need to know to learn how to start and grow a business. And I encourage you to not believe what I'm saying, and I want you to Google the Z66 auto auction. I want you to Google elephant in the room. Look at Robert Zellner and Associates. Look them up and say, are they successful because they're geniuses, or are they successful because they have a proven system? When you do that research, you will discover that the same systems that we use in our own business can be used in your business. Come to Tulsa, book a ticket, and I guarantee you it's going to be the best business workshop ever, and we'll even give you your money back if you don't love it. We've built this facility for you, and we're excited to see you.
And now you may be thinking, what does it actually cost to attend an in-person 2-day interactive Thrivetime Show business workshop? Well, good news. The tickets are $250 or whatever price that you can afford. What? Yes, they're $250 or whatever price you can afford. I grew up without money, and I know what it's like to live without money. So if you're out there today and you want to attend our in-person 2-day interactive business workshop, all you got to do is go to thrivetimeshow.com to request those tickets. And if you can't afford $250, we have scholarship pricing available to make it affordable for you.